Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Serenity Now, Bourbon Later. We have a very special episode for you now.
Definitely.
This is very much a bourbon now. So
I
Serenity
like
Now,
it.
Bourbon Now. We are the Van Bourbon Boys. This is actually something that was gifted to me from my wife because she knows that Josh and I are both big fans of bourbon. It's actually a bourbon tasting kit. So it's a blind of 4 different kinds of bourbons, and then it comes with a table. So what this is from Blind Barrels,
Okay. Awesome.
and it has a little, don't mind that QR code, and it has a tasting palette there. So
Okay.
this is very much we're supposed to taste this. We're going to go through it one at a time. There are 4 total,
Okay.
and we are going to see what we think of it ourselves on the palette, and then we're going to scan the QR code, and we're going to see what exactly is in these,
Okay.
and we're going to determine, we're going to give you our very, very objective, subjective view here. This is from Blind Barrels. Again, this is their
Wow.
15th release. So in this kit comes it comes with a little four bottles right there.
Okay.
Comes with that little letter there.
And John is
And
graciously giving me half of his pours here.
yeah, so we're going to go through this. And then again, the tasting table, I mean, you can look these up on the internet when you do this yourself. The tasting table has on there, wheat, oats, all those, it says roasted, etc. At least myself, I have very indicated that I don't get too much of that profile. I get
Yeah.
whether I like it, and we get if it's ethanol, get that kind of stuff. But what's
Right.
fascinating about these is I think Josh, you and I are going to really kind of determine where we stand on that and our capabilities to pick up things in the profile.
I have half a feeling that I'm going to be terrible at this, but you know what? We're going to have a good time doing it, so it's
It,
okay.
that's right. It's going to be a blast. And,
Yeah,
and
the kit there, the presentation is fantastic. I love that.
mhm.
Your wife there did a fantastic job on grabbing that for you. So
Yeah, this is a really good pick. Now, they only come with it only comes with so much. So when Josh
yeah,
and I had to split the kit, it's
this is
not a
half. Yeah.
yeah, that's half. It's not a heavy pour. Um, so you got to be light with the hand there when you're pouring. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pour. Comes with 4 bottles. Again, they're labeled A, B, C, and D.
Yep.
Um, and it came with a little letter in there. So what this is that this is their 15th variation, what have you, of it. And it came in there that this was a very, very influenced from their followers. This one was. So,
Did it have a certain name or anything? Is it just 15?
yeah. So release 15 is called Inception.
There you go.
And it said that it's pretty much it's influenced. It's they apologize for the name of it, Inception, from yet another Christopher Nolan movie. But this little letter here to give you a quick synopsis it explains that it's very heavily influenced from the followers of the Blind Barrels.
Okay,
So
love it. Oh, I was gonna say we're definitely gonna have to do this again then.
yeah. I mean, with them having 15 indicates that it's doing successful things and
Yeah,
that, there's going to be more coming. I don't know. We're going to have to look into it more and see how often they release it. But I think that with them being so, I guess, passionate for their followers, and then what they did is they reached out to their followers and they want the followers. What do you guys want to, have for the drink, or what do you appreciate, or what's your favorite, or whatever? And they
right.
went to these distilleries. They got their pours and they put them in here. So we're going to actually do this blind, and we're going to see what's actually in the bottles.
Okay. Just looking at this first one, not a ton of color, so I'm thinking it's a younger guy.
Yep.
Maybe 5, 6 year guy. Sometimes color's deceiving. I've had some longer age bourbons that aren't so colorful, but this is pretty light. I haven't smelled it or anything yet. I just kind of was checking out the color of it, but I don't know what bourbons they generally do with blind barrels, but yeah, loving the concept, guys. Love the packaging. Fantastic so far. So hopefully we're gonna get some good bourbons in here. But I love what they're doing over there.
I agree. I like this. I've never heard of this either. I think that when, my wife surprised me with this as a gift, it really resonated for both Josh and I, and this is a great concept. I'm not going to expect, say, like Knob 21 in here, although that would be phenomenal.
I don't
Or,
I don't think I see the color of Knob 21, but
no.
yeah. One of them's a little darker. We'll get to that one, but yeah. Oh, I don't know if you guys have done a whole lot of tastings. If you want, I know sometimes it's just like I just want to drink it. Great, but if you want to go through some of the things, it's knows it to one nostril. At first taste, a lot of guys like to do what's called a Kentucky chew. Get it in your mouth and just sort of chew through it. Get it across your palate. Before you swallow, just to start to see how the front of the palate is. So
Yeah.
yeah, the first one
And
here.
And when you nose it, don't like go put your barrel, bury your nose in there it'll actually, destroy those olfactory nerves there. Then you're actually defeating the whole purpose of being able to smell it. So just kind of come in close to it till you
I
can
get some
smell it.
cherry, I get some baking spices, some basic stuff. John's actually getting a taste there. John's chewing it. I love it. Oh, whoa, okay.
Oh,
Oh, a little spicy? A little spicy there, John?
I can think of one coming to mind that we've had before that's similar to this. Starts with a R and it ends with a D and it has a one in there.
Oh,
I wasn't tasting
whoa.
going off of that nose, I was not expecting that on the taste.
Not at all. Lot
The
of
nose
rye.
the
Lot
nose
of
is the
rye.
nose is very, very calm, and it's, subtle. It's not ethanol, but then when you
I
go
tell
to
you, if this is a rye, I'm gonna be really excited, because I don't hate it.
agreed.
I I think it's a rye. It's not spicy, but it has that minty floral rye spice to it. Not the, like, burn bread, like that rye pumpernickel bread,
Yeah.
but sort of that front, like, I feel like I, like, licked a little bit of grass before I drank it. So, not in a bad way, but,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm loving this, we're definitely doing this again because I'm already excited. I
Yeah,
might
this
be
has
this is gonna end up being a weeded whatever, and I'm gonna be completely wrong, but I like the idea of trying to think of what it might be.
I agree because Josh and I are not the biggest rye fans. The reason being because it has a lot of like spice to it. To me, I feel it's unnecessary spice. My tongue feels like it's standing up. Hair on my tongue standing up backwards. It's just a weird, weird taste feeling that is not enjoyable. But that's typically with a rye. This I can say I can't differentiate rye weeded, but
It's not weeded. I feel like it's either a rye or a high rye bourbon, but I feel like it's a rye.
so let's do. I don't. know, we're supposed to. It says
Notes.
go through the samples once before revealing and guessing the mash bill: bourbon, rye, wheat, or single malt. Proof, age statement, and tasting notes. After the first pass, which going through all four of them, we are going to scan the QR code, and then we're going to reveal the details about each spirit.
I don't feel like
So,
this is malted, and I don't feel like it's a bourbon. I feel like this is a rye
okay.
for sure.
Um, Yeah, I mean, this is blind barrels. It doesn't say, like, again, let's kind of dive into this. You know, it doesn't say anything about it even it being, does it have to be bourbon? It just says whiskey community. This could be an
Well,
American
yeah, I mean,
whiskey.
you just read off that we're trying to guess the mash bill in the first place, so I think I'm on the rye train. I don't know about you. It's not a spicy rye, but it's a rye,
Okay.
I feel like.
Okay. So you're thinking spicy. I mean, there's a black pepper, ginger, nutmeg, vanilla, cinnamon, clove,
And
licorice.
that's
Any of
where
those?
it gets me. I get the clove and I call it grass, man. In a rye, I could just call so to me to me, gin and IPAs and rye all have that same it's
Hmm.
like I chewed on a little bit of grass before I drank it, and not in an enjoyable way. This I like I said, if this is a rye, I'm gonna give this one a shot because I feel
Okay.
like this one could grow on me. It's not great. The front of the palate's not great, but the finish is good, and I'm not sitting here trying to choke on it. I noticed your first drink, you were your face was running through those
Yeah.
gamut of do
So
I want this in my mouth?
you're here, like I'm thinking the vegetable. I'm thinking you're over here. You're thinking, you're eating grass, right?
A little bit, not a ton. Does that say dill below the grass? What does that say? I can't read it. Up dill.
Dill.
I could say dill. I could go with dill more than the grass. I'm gonna say
Okay.
mint and dill. I'm gonna be wrong. It's gonna be like a weeded whatever, but this is how I feel about it. So yeah,
Okay, you're thinking rye. See, I'm
you
not.
got any tasting notes you can pull out of it?
Uh, going off of this, I would think I'm going with you on the vegetable, but I'm also getting a little bit of the maybe a cereal, maybe like the spice to it, as far as like I don't want to say licorice, maybe ginger, but I don't know if I can really pinpoint. Again, I'm not that good. I can just tell you whether I like it or not. And this is
Yeah.
would I buy this again? No, I would not. But
It's gotta be a rye, and I don't like I said, I don't absolutely hate it. I drink it. It's gone. So, I have a buddy that works over at Heaven Hill, and I don't wanna dog on his stuff, 'cause, he's a good buddy, but, they have a Pikesville rye that we went to the tasting. I remember, two of my friends couldn't, finish theirs, and I had to finish it for them because 'em 'cause I'm not leaving whiskey on the table. So,
nice.
yeah, you might know who that was, John. You might know who
Yeah.
that was. But,
Yeah, you don't leave whiskey on the table. You don't do it.
my two friends decided they were gonna leave whiskey on the table, and I wouldn't allow it, so, I finished their Pikesville rye for them even though it was so grassy.
Well,
like I was laying in the field.
I mean, was this the one? Is this one where was there a cat involved?
Was there a cat involved? Not not at Heaven Hill. That's at Peerless, which we need to highlight them. They've actually got a 10-year coming out in April on a Wednesday that if I'm off, I'm driving to Louisville to stand in line. So
Oh, that's
know
awesome.
if I don't know if I've told you about that one yet, but they've got one
No.
coming and I'm pretty excited. It's their first 10-year and I'm pretty excited about it. So that's Peerless today. Although the cat died. Last time I was there, the cat was not there because the cat died. Yeah,
Uh,
maybe his interaction with me sent him
I don't
running.
know.
He said that's enough of this world. I don't need
I
to
don't
be
think you
here
scarred him
anymore.
that bad, to be honest.
But no, Pikesville was at Heaven Hill, and that was a great tasting. But that Pikesville rye was not it.
All
So
right, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with yeah, I can't get that. It's an age statement. I'm gonna give you the proof. I'm gonna go with it's somewhere in the 80s proof. I'm gonna say age statement. I think it's 4 years to 6 years. And tasting notes, I'm getting the woody, the cereal, and vegetal.
you do get woody out of it. I don't get anything woody, and that's where it really differentiates off the bourbon for me. Is there's no wood there, as far as I can tell.
Not a
You're still
not a
going
good
in a
wood.
yeah, not good wood.
I mean, there's
Um,
cigar box on here, and I'm a fan of cigars. I would not eat the box.
No, no,
So
definitely not. So, yeah, I'm hoping that's a rye because, if it's not, then I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So,
okay,
we're gonna say that's a rye. I don't know if we're gonna get one each of the, profiles there. I don't feel like it's a malted, and it's definitely not a bourbon, so it's gotta be a rye, right?
okay. Let's.
So,
I mean, I'm gonna agree with you on that one. Let's go. Let's stick with it. It's a rye because I'm
and
not a big
if you're
fan.
doing tasting, guys, always have a little bit of water. Try to wash out what you got going on and, try to, get ready for the next. And it's not a good idea to do a tasting after you've had, 47 other, things, but, we just filmed our weekly episode where we had one pour, so we're doing okay. But definitely, what you want to go to number two here, Blind Barrel B.
One John pour prior to this tasting.
There you
All
go. That's right. So we
right,
got
so
Blind Barrel B. Really similar color, maybe a little more copper. I'm gonna show that to you guys there if you want to check it out.
here,
Yeah, John's
just
got the
noticed
yeah.
this 925. So I guess
Oh, that's probably when they sent it out
yeah,
or boxed it up. 925.
that's on
Nice.
all four, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm sure, I'm gonna take a guess, I'll post it after, but I'm assuming blindbarrels.com probably if you guys wanna go check them out and, order some of these yourselves. Like I said, John said this is number 16, no, 16,
15.
15,
Yeah.
15, number 15, Inception. So we're in the middle of the Inception. I
If
think you
my
said number
ability
14.
to delineate Roman numerals is correct, 15.
Yes, I saw it on the thing, you were correct. I think the one before this, they called it Prestige, so maybe they're big Christopher Nolan fans, but
I
yeah.
like that.
S
I like that tie
Yeah.
into the movies and the pop culture.
So I'm getting a good smell off the very different from the first one. Getting definitely more bourbon notes than I got on the first
Yes.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
and of course the nose was before we tasted it on the first one, and so funny thing is
I'm
I'm getting a little banana bread. I'm getting a
I
little
am
old
too.
Forester vibes.
I'm going towards the weeded bourbon.
Oh, you're thinking weeded off the nose.
Yeah.
I don't smell the sweetness of the weeded as much. I'm getting more of a nice round bourbon, but I'm definitely getting some brown form. I'm gonna be so impressed with myself if we scan the QR code and I'm one of them, 1 out of 4. If I'm any kind of right, I'll be so. If you pull it out and like this is Old Forester 1914, I'll be like, oh, I did it. So I'm going for 25%. If I pick one that's even remotely close to what it is, but much more of a bourbon nose than the first one. So
Yeah. All right. Here we go. We're gonna give this a shot.
whoa, a lot different than I thought I was going to taste. Again, super light on the palate, actually
Hmm.
sweeter than I thought it was gonna be.
I felt like the
Definitely not on Forester product. I really don't think now that I taste it.
the nose is lighter on this second one than it was on the first one, and then
Yeah.
the on the palate it follows that same profile. I get a very very light palate, to the tongue. It's very smooth. The nose is very smooth as well. So I'm pretty happy about this one.
Hmm. I was thinking I would get some wheat on the back, and I really don't. I almost get
Hmm.
some like some wine, some
Ooh,
wine elements on the back end. So I almost think this is like wine finished bourbon. Yeah. You got some wine down there on your fruities. I don't
yep.
know.
So this
Oh,
one right here
there it
be the
is.
wine. So
Yeah, there you
follow that
go.
one along.
And we're not gonna post the audio on this one. I don't think it would translate that well. So John, of course, on the video here is showing you the card. I don't know enough between sherry and brandy, but sherry's sweeter as far as I know. I'm gonna go sherry finished
Yeah.
bourbon here.
And
I'm
then
gonna go. I'm gonna.
port finish is extremely sweet, supposed to be a dessert wine, but that's certainly not in the runnings on this one.
Yeah, and John actually owns a port finished Woodford that I picked up for him. Sherry port, I think it was that I picked up for you a little while ago.
Yep. I'm a
I don't
big
think we
fan
have
of
that
finished
one.
bourbons.
Yeah, I don't think we have that one in the rotation right now, but it'll be coming eventually. You guys hang out with us. We're going to be on, episode 74 talking about Woodford Reserve Sherry Port finish. So,
Very sweet. I don't get the I mean, yeah, I get the wine, but it's not rum. It's not a rum sweet either. Like that's not
yeah. This is really interesting. It's a little too light for me. I
okay.
cannot imagine this is more than like 85 proof. The proof's
Yeah.
super low. I like the taste on the front. I could sit here and drink a massive glass of this and not even think about it. But
Yeah, I was yeah.
as for sitting around and having this as a nightcap, I think it's a little too light for me.
Okay, well, yeah, because your palate definitely kind of desensitizes throughout the day. I would say that this one here, again, the nose is light, the palate's light. I like the
Yeah.
sweetness at the end. This is definitely something where you've had something nice,
Yeah.
something that you kind of reserve for something special. You've had enough of that, but now you're getting a little too swifty. You switch to whatever bottle B is.
There's our is that our first Swifty reference here on the podcast, John?
Yeah, for all you Rick and
All
Morty
right.
fans, get
All right.
swifty.
No, number one, we'll throw up a counter. Number one, John Swifty reference. But yeah, I like it. Are you Yeah, there you go, John. John took care of it. Are you bourbon? Are you weeded? Where you at?
It's it's bourbon. It's weeded. I agree with you. I think it's wine
Oh,
finished.
you do think it's a weeded.
Um, I don't see it any other way. I don't see it fitting into their profiles more so than I do with the weeded. And then I agree with you. I think it's finished. It's not. I can't differentiate between sherry brandy, sweet wines, or anything. But it's a rum finish versus wine sherry cask is definitely different. But
So
um,
Weeders, I
it's
get that cereal out of it, and I don't find that here, where it almost have like Cheerios, right? And I don't
okay.
find that here necessarily. I think it's a wine finished bourbon. I think that's where the sweetness comes. I don't get sweetness on the nose. Weeders, I tend to get that sweetness on the nose, and I don't get it here. I just get it on the finish. So I'm thinking wine finished bourbon. Of course, this is going to be a 10-year weeder, but that's where I'm at right now. So so I'm a rye, and B, I'm a wine finished bourbon. So
All right. Well, I like that. I like that they're different. I was really fearful of it being very similar of the four
completely, utterly
bottles.
different.
And if we
Completely,
can
utterly different.
differentiate, yeah, if we can differentiate the fact that the four of them are so different, I mean, that's great because this is catered to anybody. You don't have to be, some connoisseur of bourbons. You don't,
No, and both these have been extremely light, nothing crazy. They may I C was the one I was going to talk about. The color is a little bit deeper copper. If you guys can get that on the
hmm.
video, even D I'll go to is actually looking at it. I think D
So
is a
here's,
little slightly deeper. Yeah.
so here, yeah, here are the
So
bottles themselves, like C and
yeah, there
D.
you go. Can't see them too good behind the label if you flip them a little bit. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah. So bit more color on these. I think we're gonna get longer age statements, but I like how they're leading us
See,
through. I'm glad A wasn't last because it was so different that I kind of wanted it at first. But I like how I think they intend on probably going A, B, C, D, and for reasons, right? And I think
yeah.
they're doing that here. So I'm gonna go and pour out C and see what we think. But
Yeah, I think so far B is I'm a big fan of B. That could be a daily drink. What would I pay for it? I know this is not supposed to be in their tasting tables or profile, but
sure.
that's how I look at things. I'm gonna go, well, okay, I would give you $40 for a bottle of this. It would be a good daily drink. I like the sweetness of it. This is a, after dinner kind of thing. So that's what
Yeah.
leads me to being, again, it's got that sweetness, the wine. It's an after
And
dinner
I
kind
don't
of bourbon.
and I mean, I wanna mention rosé too. I don't think it's Penelope rosé. I mean, that would be, like, insane if it was.
Woo! Yeah.
Penelope rosé is a little sweeter than that to me, but definitely along that same profile. And Penelope rosé is a $60 or $70 bottle, but I don't mind paying that for Penelope. I like the product enough, and so I'm kinda with you, 40 or $50 would be fine.
Yeah.
It's not gonna blow you away, but it's a nice drink. So I've got C out here. I haven't nosed it yet or anything, but I think we're definitely looking. I think we're definitely on more of a mature bourbon here. 6, 7 year could be longer. It depends on weather is such a factor and where barrels are in the warehouse.
True.
So some warehouses classically rotate barrels to try to get everything, and some just batch. Some say,
Hmm.
"Well, I got a super hot one up here and a super cold one down here, and we're just going to batch them." And so, because rotating takes a lot of work, and
Yeah.
so sometimes you don't know. This could be a 10 year that sat on the bottom of the warehouse. So, you're not getting as much age as you would if it was up top in the heat. So, you poured out C yet and got your nose on it yet?
Well, let's give this a whirl here.
That's extremely different from the other two. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw your face.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying it. I just feel like again, it gets better and better as we go through this tasting.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm getting on the nose here. I get I
It's
get I get alcohol and bourbon.
Are you Swifty? Are you Swifty? It's
No,
three.
not yet, not yet. 2 and 3 on the Swifty meter. Um, let's see.
Oh, wow. It's I don't know. I don't know if it's just because we've gone through this tasting, but I'm getting the same kind of notes that was for B, but they're more pronounced.
That finish is wild. I don't even know where to go with that.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
Okay, yeah, that finish is different, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty, pretty disdain, pretty rough.
Pretty rough, he says. Rough
Um,
meaning not great.
no,
I don't hate it yet. I don't know if I want to go rye. I don't get any malted here. I don't necessarily think.
I don't think
It's
it's a
hard to tell on
ride
the
though.
finish.
All
It's
right.
bourbon up
Let's
front.
see.
It's bourbon up front all day, but that finish is a little wild.
So let's go with all right. Where would you put on this one? Where would you put any of these notes jump
Man,
out?
the floral. It's hard to tell on the finish. It's not spicy. It's not really woody. I can't that finish I cannot I'm really interested to see what this is because I'm having trouble with it. Do
Okay.
you get anything on the finish that you can flesh out?
Going on this again, I think that when I get kind of like that pine, like you were talking about earlier when he goes to gins, pines jumps out to me. This though, I don't get a pine to it. I would say the roughness does come along with wood. There's definitely those one that have wood is can be a smooth, the cigar type stuff, but
I
I
love this
don't.
till I get to the finish, and then I'm not a fan. I'm
I
thinking
agree.
I'm gonna go. So I called a rye, B wine finished bourbon. I'm gonna say this is a high rye bourbon. It's spicy on the finish. It's peppery on the finish for sure.
Mhm.
I don't know exactly where I'm headed. I get a lot of pepper on the end. Do you?
I don't get a whole bunch of pepper. I've had a lot, we've had a lot more of the peppery notes and other ones. Those stand out to me. This one here, though, I'm looking through this profile here, uh, everyone, and I'm like, I mean, roasted flavors, maybe some,
I could go there.
you know, I don't know if it would be the oak wood or, uh, that,
This could be a rye, but I feel like the front is too bourbon forward. So
I feel,
I feel like it's a high rye bourbon, and I don't think they picked one. You gave four kind of different whiskey, that they could
mhm,
pick from. I don't think this is a weeded. I would say B is more weeded profile than this one. And B could be weeded. I'm getting wine finish on it, but maybe that's just wheat. Maybe it's some kind of sweet red wheat that they used, and it's. But this
yeah.
one, I don't know what to do with it.
I mean, this,
I don't like it, but I don't hate it, and I don't know where to
yeah.
put it.
No, no, nor do I, because it's like to me, the rides that I've had, I did not care for. They very much stand out, and it would if I had another ride, it would either surprise me that I enjoyed it,
Right,
and I would love that. I would love to be proven wrong on that, or if it's a
right.
ride that really fits to my typical profile, that I'm just not a fan of it. I just think that this whole thing in itself is probably an interview for some bourbon company to see if you can be one of their master tasters or something, because this is hard. This is difficult.
It's really hard, and I mean, those distillers, hats off to them, but I mean, they're tasting the same bourbon every day and getting the most minor of things out
Hmm.
of it, and so we're getting wildly different stuff trying to find, yeah, I don't know what to do with this. I don't think I would buy it, but I feel like this is high end. Why I feel like this is $150 bottle. I really do, and I don't know why.
Okay.
It's so
I
complex. I feel like there's high-end level to it. I don't know where it comes from.
it
Here's one
yeah.
of the distilleries I don't particularly enjoy, and some of their stuff's a little off to me, and so I'm gonna say this is Four Roses. Just going way out the gate because I don't drink a
Right.
lot of Four Roses, and this one, I just can't nail down a profile. I'm having a lot of trouble. So I feel like this is Four Roses, probably some kind of barrel proof. This is a higher proof. I'd say 120, 60%, somewhere in there. It's
Yeah.
not killing me, but I don't get rye on the front, and that's why I'm surprised by the rye on the back. So I'm gonna say it's like high rye bourbon.
No, I
Um,
can definitely see that, and I also I mean, this is like that like, when I've ever had a Four Roses single barrel, just a single barrel itself and not their small batch or something to that effect,
yeah.
this is similar to that, I would say that, 'cause a Four Roses is good, it's just not something I seek out regularly.
Yeah, I don't hate Four Roses. It's just not my top tier
Yeah.
distilleries. So let's get to D. Let's get to D and see what we got.
Alright. I wanna say this one had the same color as C, to be honest. When I had them
Very
up, I mean,
close.
you guys can all just chime in, comment, and, I think they were similar, so let's see what we have
Very
here.
close. And if you want to see Josh and John after they had a few, this is you're heading that territory because we filmed our weekly episode before this, and that was a nice big 2.5 ounce pour,
Yeah,
and now we're getting 2 more ounces here. So I think my tasters are still there, but definitely feeling the as they call it, the Kentucky hug. Definitely feeling that warm feeling after I've had a few. So this is I would love to have blind barrels. Maybe you guys have an edition where you have bigger pours for parties, but come at us if you have an edition where you have have a bottle with maybe because I feel like half ounce is what you need minimum, right? So
yeah,
maybe they have some 5 ounce, I hate, charge us up, whatever you guys do. But a party pack with maybe more like 5 ounce bottles. I would love to do this with like 4 or 5 friends. This would be
yeah,
a great time. Like through the evening, separate out your pours and then talk about them. I
yeah,
mean, what a great time. What a
yeah.
great time.
Oh, yeah, good. No TV, just talking about bourbon. I think that we could do from this, like, in a following episode, we're gonna seek this out. If I'm really, again, based on curiosity of what's actually in here, but I
Yeah,
think that we're gonna seek out the 16th version, and we're gonna get 2 or 3. We'll get some other people
love it,
in here. We'll get some more opinions, and let's
love
see
it,
what we got.
love it. Yeah, we got a guest coming on. We'll keep teasing him, but he's coming. He's coming.
Oh,
We might
he's
think we're gonna do one all together there at his place, but it's coming. So I love the nose on this one, by the way.
hmm,
Nice real sweet nose.
mhm.
Maybe a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of brown butter. I like this nose a lot. I don't know what you're finding on it, but
No, I get the sweetness. I get the cinnamon. I'm going through this. Let's
and a color's fantastic as well. I'm gonna push towards the 10-year bourbon on this one. I'm
okay,
getting more oak than I did on the other one.
okay. Chestwood. All right. Hold on. Reserve your
Whoa.
reserve. Let me
All
get
right.
this in.
I'm gonna try not to have faces. Man, and guys, you're watching this. This is why we love
Whoa.
bourbon so much. Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa, exactly. I think you were a little more taken aback than I was. This is why we love bourbon because you think and you see, back here behind me, this is my bar, and you think, why do they have 40 different bottles? This is why, because we've been through 4 bottles here that are so completely different from each other. I mean, none of these, and like I said, shout out to Blind Barrels again. None of these are anywhere similar. They are all 4 completely, utterly different in every way possible. This one has the best nose of the 4. I don't know what to think about it either. I don't know where I'm at. I got to go in again. John almost like is crying there from
Well,
that
no,
four.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised too, because I think C is my absolute favorite right now. D, the nose is excellent. I think the nose is the best of all 4 of them. But then when on the palate, I'm like taken back and surprised. This one has that pine to it. This
That's
one
got oh
has
gosh, it's right there. I just
yeah,
got it too.
yeah.
This
I
has
mean,
got to be a rye. This has got to be a rye,
yep, it
right?
has to be a rye. This one's stabbing me right in the throat parts. Phew. I mean, the other part, Josh, that gets me too is that this is, as per the letter that comes with the box, is that this is their favorites from their followers. So I'm
Yeah.
really curious to see who's writing in. And if anything, you and I are going to start writing in. We're having some recommendations as well.
Yeah. This has got to be a rye. I think A's a rye, and I think this is a barrel proof rye. this is a lot higher proof than the other one for sure.
I feel like I'm about to go diving into a pool of sharks. Got to do another taste here.
If this is a rye, I don't know what my life is anymore. Um, as soon as you said pine, I was, oh man, John, did you just about give that back?
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you having are you having shadows of Pikeville at Heaven Hill?
Oh gosh, that
I
is
mean,
probably that is worse than RD1.
Heaven Hill, Heaven Hill, I love you. Absolutely do. My buddy Jeremy, if somehow you're watching this, he's a fantastic human being and he works for Heaven Hill and I absolutely love the distillery and everything they do. Their Pikesville rye, it's just I'm not a rye guy. I hate it, but I'm not a rye guy. And Elijah Craig being a Heaven Hill product is one of our favorites and we're going to I think that'll be coming up really soon. We should do an Elijah Craig. But this gives me the Pikesville definitely like those vibes and I can see John at the distillery going, here, take that. Um, I'm gonna finish it because I'm a man and I'm gonna finish my bourbon, but or my rye. He did it. He did it. I don't know what it is, but it's not great. It's not my second
No,
drink was worse than the first. Like I said, if this isn't a rye. This is gonna be like some crazy great bourbon, and I'm gonna be like, what the heck was I thinking? But yeah,
yeah. If this is something that's synonymous for being phenomenal, I'm gonna rethink life.
yeah, yeah, yep. I just chewed on a pine tree. Chewed.
I'm glad we didn't
Oh, there's
start
the
with
mint.
D and go
There's the
backward.
mint all day right there on that last drink. I'm like mint on the front. So much mint. I don't hate the mint. I don't like the pine tree. It's the IPA pine tree that just does not
I
enamor me.
agree. I don't like anything that overpowers something else. You know, if you're getting a taste profile of something in one item, like to me, like a smoothie with bananas in it, I don't like bananas because it overpowers every other flavor in that.
Yeah.
So it's the same with bourbon. When one thing overpowers every other flavor in there, you shouldn't dominate it. It should really be a very uh multi multi profile. You should go through the kind of like that flavor roller coaster, if you will. And this took my stomach on a roller coaster for sure.
And I don't know what's wrong with me, but that last drink I didn't hate. I got mint on the front, and I'm like, I don't hate it. So I'm a little bit swifty, as John would say, and I've had quite a few pours here, but so I think it's QR code time.
Yes, it is. I'm already gonna. I got it
All right.
uploaded here.
Give us one at a time. We'll go through A and tell me what they say, and we'll see how we did.
All right.
A, let's
So
go back over and let the viewers know what we said. A, we said like a rye, but a very very low proof rye. I think is
all
where we
right.
landed.
So Josh, just to interrupt you there for a second, I
Sure,
apologize, but
please.
check this out. So when you scan the QR code, ladies and gentlemen, you get to with a sample A, B, C, and D, and you start filling out what we think.
Let's do
So
that.
what on your recap, let's go ahead and start doing that. I'm going to walk you through. What do you think
Let's
the
do
age
that.
statement is? We said what, about 4 to 6?
I'd say 4 to 5 year.
All
Yeah,
right. So I'm gonna
young.
put it at about 4.5,
Okay,
4.75. What do you think the proof is?
85.
85, which is
Yeah,
like the lowest it'll really like kind of wants to put. All right.
85 or 90.
All right, put
No more than 90.
85.5. What do you think
Yeah,
the whiskey type is? Bourbon, rye, millet,
rye,
rye.
rye.
All right. Now, how would you rate this whiskey, which is this is optional?
Mm. I'm assuming we're just whole numbers here.
It's yeah, 0 to 10.
4.
4. All right. Try the next sample. We're going on to the next one. This is sample B. What is the age statement?
I mean, and you chime in too. You give your opinions too.
Yeah,
This
well,
one
I
was
mean,
I'd say more 6 on this one.
I agree. I don't think anything. Well, I think that at some point you said that there is a higher age statement. I don't think that they're going to be throwing in a high age statement in the sample kit, but tasting wise, I can kind of see it. So I'm going to say the
C
age
and D
statement.
run higher. I'm gonna say B is like 6.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a 6. This is that like that very basic level. Now with the proof, I think that we said kind of what the
A little
80,
higher.
what, the 99
90,
proof.
90, 95.
All
I
right,
feel like it had a
95.
little bit more oomph on it.
All right, now do we think it says rye, millet? What
And
do you we?
I wouldn't know millet or any of that, so
Because
all I
again,
can
it
go is
only
yeah.
yeah. These are the
Bourbon
4
rye millet.
options. Millet,
Uh so I this one I said was a wine finished bourbon, so bourbon,
bourbon.
I
It
would
is. All
say.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to. Well, I'm it's the whiskey plus sherry blend. I think it's that bottom one.
Whoa! Yeah, that's
That's it.
what
That's it.
yeah, that's We said sherry finished.
Yeah,
I will be fantastically impressed if we're
yeah.
correct.
I would rate this one probably a 6. What would you give it?
6 is fine. 6, I
6
think,
is
is
fine
pretty accurate.
because we would
Yeah,
just do the average of that. All right,
yeah.
on to the next sample. Number C, age statement. I think you gave it a little bit more this on C, right? You gave it like a 10-year?
I'm gonna call it an 8-year.
8-year. I agree with that one. All right. Proof. I'm gonna say this is like probably a 90, 95? Or you want to go lower?
I'm going at least 100, maybe 105,
All right, so
a
let's
little
put it at
higher.
I'm gonna put it at an average like that, right about 100. This is entertaining. I like this. All right, now back to what kind of bourbon do you think it is? I don't know what a millet is. It makes me think of Willet, however.
A
Willet
millet is
is
like it's a grain, but I don't know enough about it to comment. So this one, I think, out of all of them, this one was more the bourbon. This one was the
okay.
bourbon forward one.
All right, bourbon. Now, what would you rate it? I'm having a hard time rating this one.
I liked it the most out of the box.
That's right, because it got better,
So
and then it got better until D.
I'm gonna go 8.
Yeah. All right. So I'm giving it an 8 as well. And the next sample. All right. So what do you think the age statement is?
I think it's longer than we think, honestly. I'm
Um,
gonna go 10. I'm gonna say 10 because
10.
this one had a lot of complexity to it. Not good complexity, but a
No.
lot of complexity.
I think it's in that 9 area. I'm gonna give it like a 9.5. So proof kind of got it's I don't think that profile we were getting was ethanol. I don't think it was a high proof. I think it was just that rye.
Okay. All right. I would say more 120, but if you want to put more like 100, I think that would be fair too.
I'll give it a 1, like 118. What do you think that type is? We're gonna put rye.
Rye. I gotta think that's rye.
How would you rate it? Well, there's no negatives, but what would you give it?
3.
3. All right.
I liked
See
it more than
results.
the last drink of it. All I tasted was mint, and I wasn't appalled.
Okay.
So
So,
3.
sample A score, we gave it a 30 out of 75. Sample B gave it 55 out of 75. And
Wow,
there,
C ended up. I thought C was going to be the biggest one, but B and D tied for the best score. That's interesting.
so all right. So here we go. This is
Hey,
ladies and gentlemen, age statement actual is, we said 4.75. The actual is 5 years.
all right,
The
I like it.
proof, we said 85.5. The actual is 100.
Wow,
And then
very smooth for 100.
it's actually a millet. We said it was a rye.
Okay, so I don't know. Oh, it's 100% millet. So I don't
Yeah.
know anything about millet. So I'm going to call that a victory because I don't know anything about millet whiskey.
Full whiskey type details, 100% organic millet. That's a very unique. I'm trying to like, so it's actually the bourbon itself is a Thresh Winnow millet bottled in bond whiskey, which Josh can, fill the viewers in. What is the requirements to be bottled in bond?
Ball and Bond has to be exactly 100 proof, not anything different. Also has to come from the same batch. So you can't batch different years. You can't pull from another distillery. It has to come from your stock. And John's got a good picture there. Thresh Winnow. I've never had a millet whiskey. And I mean, that's why we thought it was rye because it's so different from bourbons. So, John, I'm going to call that a victory. I'm going to say, because we don't even know what millet is, I'm going to say victory for us. That we knew this wasn't bourbon. I'm going to say that's enough to say we're right. And there evidently were no weeded here because you didn't have any choices because I didn't taste the weeded. So I don't hate it. I want to try some other millets, but millet is not a profile that I really knew about. So we knew it
All
wasn't
right.
bourbon.
Well,
So I say that's a victory.
fantastic. I'm going back to try to find it because it unfortunately closed the window. But um, let's see. Bottle
B, we thought this was a wine finished bourbon.
correct. Here's the actual bourbon.
Kansas City whiskey. So it's a sherry and bourbon mix, I think is what we were seeing on the I think
That's
we got that
correct.
right.
Yes. Unfortunately, I closed out what we put, but we can recall back to that. So we did say it was a little more age, what, like 6 years.
Like a 6, yeah.
Whiskeys, it's a between 4 years up to 15 years of a sherry blend, 75% bourbon. It's got some 5% rye. It's copper gold. I mean, this really fits the bill, kind of what we were saying. So
I
it's
think I think if we want to rewind back to where we were talking about the profiles, I think I said sherry finished bourbon. So
mm,
my gosh, that was I'm victorious today. I'm going to call it 25% at least. sherry and bourbon combined, and I'm dropping bottles here because we've had lots of pours. But yeah,
So,
I liked it a lot. I like see a little better, but I didn't mind that one. So I like how they're doing
yeah,
Blind Barrels, doing some weird out of the box pours. These are great because I've never heard
92
of either of these
proof.
distilleries. How much proof?
92.
Okay,
That's
okay.
along with what I was saying. I think you were saying more towards the 110.
I was thinking a little higher. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
so
it's hard to tell.
it's definitely the kind of bourbons I was expecting in a sample kit, and that's pretty fascinating. Um, all right.
What you got for
So,
C?
C.
C was the one that we had the most trouble with. I said a high rye bourbon, but I really wasn't sure. I
All
feel
right.
like it's a bourbon.
So it's a Jimmy Red Bottle and Bond straight bourbon whiskey, $69. It
Nice.
is 100 proof.
Okay. All right. And I know Jimmy Red. I haven't had it, but I know of it. So this is the first of the three that it's from Charleston, South Carolina. So go Charleston, 5 years old. I'm really impressed, Jimmy Red. I'm going to tag you guys in this and hey, send us some stuff. And we'd love to talk about you guys because I really enjoyed this. If this is a 5-year bourbon, we talked about the more south you are, the years don't matter as much. So scotches are 25-year, and you think, oh, but it's so
Yep.
cold. It's
Yep.
cold in Scotland. And so we're in Charleston, South Carolina, where it's hot. So 5 years is going to net you more of the 8-year Kentucky bourbon than you think. But Jimmy Red, very,
Yeah.
very impressed.
This is a 5-year bourbon. I'm actually pretty I mean, kind of going with that was the best bourbon I think in my opinion of the four that we had.
I
And
agree.
that
Agree.
is not something, I mean, call me a snob. That's not something I would have picked up off the shelf, and that just knocked out the other four. So I'm pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, Jimmy Red. We're gonna grab a bottle of yours and talk about it eventually. But yeah, I've seen it on the shelf before, and now I'm impressed. So shout out
All
again,
right.
Blind Barrels. We're gonna shout you out a lot of times here, but good pick, good job.
All right. Here we go with D. The drum roll, please, to the one that almost
This
made
is
me
this has to be a barrel proof rye. It has to be a barrel proof rye,
this
right?
one made me almost refund everything. Here we go. It's a reunion rye whiskey, barrel strength. This is a
Ah,
rye.
yes, barrel proof rye had to be. Man, I'm very impressed with myself
121
today.
proof. Yep, 121 proof.
From Kansas, Union
Yep.
Horse, 6 years old, not as old as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, this
But
is something
121, yeah, mid
6 years old.
100% rye. So this is not a so rye, if you don't um, rye whiskeys, like bourbon has to be 51% corn, rye whiskeys have to be 51% rye. So they only have to use 51% rye to call it a rye. They're like, "Nope, all rye." And I would say as 100% rye, I didn't hate it as much as I should. So victory to you guys.
Well, I think you can speak for yourself on that one, because maybe I don't have enough in my stomach as far as food contents, but that was
I'm getting
everything
hot,
of
by
a
the way.
yeah, that was everything a rye in my history has been, and so $55 for that. I definitely, again, going into it, price doesn't mean anything because that
Right.
third bottle was cheaper and one of the favorites of the four. So I'm definitely a
Yeah.
fan of old Jimmy Red. Now,
You should be really impressed with Van Bourbon Boys here, guys, because I'd say all four we were pretty millet. I wasn't even. I don't know what millet is, and I wasn't even thinking of it coming in. So then I didn't know A was millet. I'm gonna throw that out, right? But that this we said sherry finished bourbon, and this was sherry and bourbon combined. Whoa! And we called C just a bourbon, just a good bourbon, and we
yeah,
were right there. And then we knew this one was like
a rye.
massively rye.
Yeah,
Yeah, Van Bourbon Boys.
yeah.
I
That
think I think I.
fourth one was a full blooded rye, and it didn't hide itself one bit. So
I mean, the last drink I had of it. I mean, call me Swifty, call me whatever you want. The last drink I had wasn't terrible. A lot of mint. And if you don't like mint and dill and grass, and maybe you don't like it, but
I don't mind mint. It's the pine. Even then, when I have gin, pine, I guess because going into it, when I go into a gin, I expect that pine taste. When I go
yeah,
into a bourbon or a whiskey, I don't want that. So when it does come on the palate, it's a surprise and a not a good
yeah,
one. So that's just me, though.
yeah. Well, this was fun. We're gonna do this again.
Yes.
Edition one of Blind Barrels, but we're gonna do this again because this was a good time, and I'm very happy that I wasn't completely, utterly wrong. So yeah, we definitely. I wish I knew more about the distilleries that we drank, and I need to get into them more. Jimmy Red. I'm gonna tag you guys in this, and please, you want us to do more profiles? I would love to drink more of your stuff because I really enjoyed this. So send us some stuff. I'm a Carolina boy, so I want to try more of your stuff. But yeah,
There you
very
go. And,
impressed.
Buffalo Trace, if you're looking for a taster, Josh is your guy. He's got a pretty good palate. There you go.
I mean, we did pretty good on the 4, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty happy about it. So, yeah, that's all I got, man. That was fun. I appreciate you doing that. So,
That was awesome. We'll get to do one in person together for one time, okay?
sounds good. All right, appreciate it, John. Thank you so much. Hope you guys are enjoying watching all formats. Serenity now, bourbon later. As John said, this is bourbon now, bourbon later for this one. No Seinfeld today, but we'll be bringing you another episode of Seinfeld next week.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.